In this video, I will discuss some kinematics problems. This question number 1. Graphs 1 and 2 give coordinates x of t and y of t of a particle moving in the xy plane. Acceleration of the particle is constant and the graphs are drawn to the same scale. Which of the vectors shown in options best represent the acceleration of the particle? So this is x versus t and y versus t. Since the acceleration is constant, the variation of x with time will be of second order. So the equation of this curve is x is some constant into t square. At time t equal to 0, x is 0 since it's passing through the origin. Similarly, y is minus c2 t square, and c2 is positive and c1 is also positive. So from this we get the acceleration in the x direction as second derivative of x with respect to time. So that is c1 into 2, and the y component of acceleration is second derivative of y with respect to time. So that is minus c2 into 2. So from this we get the x component of the acceleration as positive and the y component of the acceleration as negative. So option B is the one which is matching this. This is the next question. The roll speed of a projectile at its greatest point is square root of 6 by 7 times of its speed when the particle is half its greatest height. So at this point the speed is less than the point at h by 2 by a factor root by 6. The angle of projection will be. So at height h, the maximum height point, the y component of the velocity is 0. The x component is u cos theta, which is unchanged. And using the equation v square equal to u square minus 2gs, and at the highest point vy is 0 and uy is u sine theta, which is the initial velocity, and the displacement is h. So from this we get h as u sine theta square divided by 2g. At h by 2 we get v square as u square, the vertical component u sine theta square minus 2g h by 2, and the value of h we can use this one. So from this we get this term as u sine theta whole square divided by 2, and the horizontal component of the velocity at h by 2 is same as this one, that's u cos theta. Now velocity square at h by 2 and velocity square at h are related by the factor of 6 by 7. Velocity square at h is less than velocity square at h by 2 by a factor of 6 by 7. That is given in the question. And velocity square at h by 2 is the x component square, that is u cos theta square, and the y component square, that is half u sine theta square, and the velocity square at h is the horizontal component square, the vertical component is 0, so that is u cos theta square. So from this if you simplify we get 3 sine square theta as cos square theta, so that is tan theta is 1 by root 3. From this we get the theta as 30 degrees. So the correct option is option C. This is the next question. A projectile is projected at an angle of 45 degrees, at a projected angle of alpha greater than 45 degrees with initial velocity u. The time t at which the magnitude of the horizontal velocity is equal to the magnitude of the vertical velocity is. So the projectile is projected with an angle alpha greater than 45 degrees. The horizontal component of the projectile at any instant is going to be u cos alpha, which is unchanged because there is no acceleration in the horizontal direction. But in the vertical direction the velocity is u sine alpha minus gt because there is an acceleration downwards. So we have to find the instant when these two are equal. From this we get the value of time as u sine alpha minus u cos alpha divided by g. So it is matching with option C. A particle is projected from a horizontal plane, xz plane, so that its velocity vector at time t is given by v as a I cap plus b minus ct j cap. Its range on the horizontal plane is given by. So from the velocity vector we get the x component of the velocity as a and the y component as b minus ct. So from this we get the acceleration in the x direction as 0 if we differentiate this with respect to time, and by differentiating this with respect to time, we get acceleration in the y direction as minus c. So velocity in the y direction at height h is u minus c into half the flight time. So from this we get the time of flight as 2 by c into uy, because velocity, y component velocity at maximum height point is 0. So that is 2 by c into uy. That is at time t equal to 0, the velocity is b. So it is b. So the range of the particle is the horizontal component of the velocity into the time of flight. Horizontal component of the velocity is unchanged, which is a, into the time of flight is this one. So from this we get the range as 2 times ab divided by c. So that is option B. This is the next question. A particle is dropped from a height h. Another particle which was initially at a horizontal distance d from the first is simultaneously projected with horizontal velocity u, and the two particles just collide on the ground. The three quantities h, d and u are related to. So this is schematic of the problem. A particle is dropped from a height h and a second particle is projected and the distance is d from the first particle. The velocity component along the horizontal direction of the second particle is u. So using this equation of motion, s equal to ut plus half at square for particle m1. So s is h and initial velocity is 0 and time is capital T. So from this we get the capital T as square root of 2g h, and this is the time of flight for this projectile because both of them meet here. So the range is u into t and range is d, which is u into time of flight, which is this quantity. So squaring we get d square du square into 2h by g. So the correct option is option B. This is the next question. In the figure, the ends P and Q of an unstretchable string move downwards with uniform speed v. Mass m moves upward with speed. We have to find out. So when these two P and Q are being pulled with uniform speed of v, this mass m will move upward. So we have to find that velocity with which it moves upward. So the length, let the position of this block m be at a distance ym from this point, and the position of block P be at a distance yp. So the length of this half string L by 2 is yp plus this length. This length is d square plus ym square. So from this we get d square plus ym square as this quantity. If we differentiate both the sides, both ym and yp are changing with time. So we get 2ym into ym is decreasing with time. So ym dot is minus vm, and then 2 times L by 2 minus yp into yp dot, and yp dot is increasing with time. So its velocity is v, and ym divided by L2 minus yp, this quantity is this length. L2 is this half string. Out of this, if we subtract this yp, so that will be this length. So ym divided by L2 minus yp is cos theta. So cos theta into vm equal to v. So vm equal to v by cos theta. So the correct option is option B. Another way of solving this problem, if you take a particle on this string just above m, that particle is moving upwards with the velocity vm. So that this particle's velocity component along the length of the string is vm cos theta. And if you take another particle in the string just above p, that particle is moving down with the velocity v. So these two velocities should be equal. If you take any two particles on the string, the velocity of that particle along the length of the string should be same, because the length between those two particles along the length of the string is constant. So the velocity of this particle along the length of the string vm cos theta should be equal to the velocity of this particle along the length of the string, that is v. So from this also we get vm equal to v by cos theta.